I am very excited about my new course. Let me tell you why. In 2012, I was preparing to teach after a 7-year hiatus due to my full-time duties as editor of the Journal of Finance. Returning to the classroom, I wanted fresh material for my international finance course. I did not want to be the professor using decade-old slides. I decided to add 2 new modules, one on cryptocurrency and the other on gold. Of course, gold was not new, but it is remarkably under-researched, and there's very little guidance on the investment case for gold. There are many stories that investors are told about gold. I wanted to test them rigorously. So I began a research program with my longtime co-author Claude Herb that led to the publication of The Golden Dilemma in 2013. My interest in cryptocurrency was sparked by reading the Satoshi Nakamoto paper in 2012. To be honest, the first time I read it, my initial reaction was, why isn't this published in a peer-reviewed journal? After the second reading, I realized that it was a foundational paper that established a new paradigm, and the publication venue was beside the point. By 2014, I published Crypto Finance and had launched a course dedicated to Bitcoin and the crypto ecosystem. In 2021, I published DeFi and the Future of Finance, and over 100,000 students have completed my crypto courses. I also published several follow-on papers on gold. By chance, I'm in a unique position as a person that knows something about gold and Bitcoin. And that's the genesis of this course. There's another reason to produce this course now. In Bitcoin's early days, it was viewed primarily as a payments mechanism. That function hasn't yet caught on. Instead, Bitcoin is increasingly treated as a store of value, often called digital gold. So what are the similarities and differences between gold and Bitcoin? What are the unique risks that each face? These questions are the topic of my course. The course has 4 parts. Part 1 offers a deep dive into Bitcoin, how the Bitcoin blockchain works, cryptographic hashing, which is the core task of miners, the mechanics of mining, and how transactions work. You'll come away well acquainted with the technology. The equivalent deep dive on gold appears on my sister course, Gold Market Foundations. Part 2 examines similarities between gold and Bitcoin, focusing on inflation rates, mining, and decentralized supply. Part 3 explores differences, production and cost structures, monetary characteristics, market structure, differences in trust and security, and geopolitical issues. Part 4 addresses the unique risks facing gold and Bitcoin. For Bitcoin, I focus on 2, a quantum attack and the so-called 51% attack, in which an entity obtains a majority of the network's computational power. I provide evidence that the 51% attack is much more serious threat than the quantum attack. I also consider 2 key risks for gold, both involving surprise increases in supply. First, alchemy. While the mythical philosopher's stone promised transmutation, advances in nuclear fusion make transmutation conceivable without magic. Second, new sources on Earth and from near-Earth asteroids. Bitcoin does not share these risks, as its supply is algorithmically capped at 21 million Bitcoin. I'm energized to share many new ideas in this course. I highly recommend completing Gold Market Foundations first. Let's jump in.